It's Monday, June 15th. Today on your Morning Atlantic, a language tour. New Brunswick MLAs to tour the province asking for feedback on its Official Languages Act. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And are you still looking for summer camp for your kids? The YMCA has expanded its day camps to 8 locations across HRM this season. We'll get all the details a little later in the 7 o'clock hour.
Plus summer in the Elm City. Fredericton has a whole slate of things planned over the next few months, and we're going to find out about some of the events that you don't want to miss. All that and so much more just ahead on the Monday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Hello. Welcome to the middle of June. It's June 15th today. It's a Monday. Come on in and join us. So glad that you're able to do so. We've got Amanda and Latavia all dressed up in red and ready for the picnic.
Apparently.
But
Sir picnic.
Mother Nature needs to get the memo.
I know. I'm dressing for the weather that I want, not the weather that we're getting this morning.
Listen, you're pairing it with this sweater. What a wild ride June has been.
I know.
And this weekend was just a perfect example of it. We had a cool, rainy day, and then by Sunday afternoon, at least speaking for the Halifax area, we saw some nice sunshine and a bit of warmth. But a true testament to the East Coast, you got to check the forecast every day.
Right before we get to weather, I'll mention Friday. Went out down to the Garrison grounds to watch the Team Canada game. How was it? Oh, it was so great. All ages having so much fun. But it was hot to start. Then it got cool. And by the time we were leaving, like, I was wishing I had a parka. It was like it just dropped like a rock.
I know. Well, exactly what you both ladies have mentioned is exactly what we're seeing in the forecast. Kind of same as the weekend forecast, rinse and repeat, as in we're going to have a wet day ahead, a cloudy, foggy start to the day over in Lunenburg. As you can see, it is currently 10 degrees in your area, so temperatures are expected to rise, remaining below seasonal, though, for our daytime highs. A cooler day ahead, so make sure to have those layers and your rain gear handy, as we have a low-pressure system moving in, bringing some wet weather across much of Atlantic Canada today. 15 degrees in Fredericton, 13 starting off your day in Charlottetown, with 9 degrees in Halifax, 7 in Labrador City, 6 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at that system that's moving in for the Maritime region, going to be bringing showers, a risk of thunderstorms for parts of the Maritimes, and for Labrador also going to see that wet weather, but Newfoundland holding on to some sunshine throughout the day today. In terms of our wind, it's going to be a bit of a breezy one today. As of right now, sustained wind 30 kilometers per hour in Edmundston, 24 into Charlottetown, 22 in Moncton and Halifax. Wind gusts getting up to 43 kilometers per hour right now in Edmundston and 33 in St. John, New Brunswick. We'll have your rainfall totals just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. A man has died following a single vehicle crash in Alliston, PEI. Just before 7:30 Sunday morning, officers were called to a rollover near a residence on Route 4. A 33-year-old man from Kings County was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the driver was the only person in the vehicle at the time of the crash, which is still under investigation. Recent rulings on bilingualism in New Brunswick is meeting head-on a year-long review of the province's Official Languages Act. And starting tomorrow, for the first time, a committee of MLAs reviewing it will take a trip across the province asking for feedback on revisions to the act. CTV's Nick Moore reports.
Bonjour et bienvenue.
The New Brunswick Government Standing Committee on Official Languages is taking its review of the Official Languages Act on a provincial tour.
This journey, I'll call it a journey.
The committee has already held 4 public meetings at the legislature, which has included a discussion on extending obligations under the Official Languages Act to privately operated nursing homes regulated by the provincial government.
Alors c'est certain que je m'attends pas que demain matin.
Nicole Arsenault-Slater is president of the Acadian Society of New Brunswick and says in French that she does not expect a nursing home in St. John to be full of French-speaking staff tomorrow, but says 1 or 2 would be a start. The New Brunswick Association of Nursing Homes says official bilingualism cannot come at the expense of increasing hours of care in nursing homes.
You need to take a needle and thread the tapestry. you can't hit it with a hammer.
A separate ruling from the Commissioner of Official Languages last month found that private third-party operators of provincial functions must provide bilingual service based on a complaint made at an ANBL agency store. While French language training is not a focus of the Act, it was touched on several times during the meeting so far.
Classroom French through French immersion will not make you a bilingual, but if you have these experiences that allow you to use French in your daily life, that allow you to interact with the Francophone community, that is what, that is the piece, I think, that will allow it.
The Commissioner of Official Languages also made a presentation recommending provincial legislation that public servants have the right to work and be supervised in the official language of their choice.
And it's certainly been in place federally for many years now under the Official Languages Act, and there really is no reason why it shouldn't be here.
Last week, the Supreme Court of Canada issued a decision that lieutenant governors in New Brunswick must be bilingual when appointed. Premier Susan Holt says it is a decision she supports and was asked by reporters about the level of bilingualism that a premier or cabinet minister in New Brunswick should have.
I mean, that's something that we're working on. You can see the hard work of my team every day to build up those important communication skills with New Brunswickers, because it's really important to us.
Public consultations on New Brunswick's Official Languages Act begins tomorrow morning in Grand Falls and will hit 9 locations in all before wrapping up later this month in Woodstock. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
A man and 2 teens have been charged after an alleged robbery with a weapon in Nova Scotia. The Truro Police Service says officers were called after midnight Friday to a robbery downtown. A 20-year-old has been charged with robbery and possession of a weapon. 2 13-year-olds have also been charged with the same offenses. The 3 are expected in court at a later date. The price of diesel decreased in New Brunswick over the weekend. Diesel dropped by 5.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.12.2 a liter. The price of gas did not change. Nearly 40 young teams came together to celebrate what's known as the Creators Game over the weekend. This was the 3rd Wolves Cup tournament hosted by the Mi'kmaq Native Friendship Center and the Wolves Lacrosse Association. Also known as the Medicine Game, the U11 to U17 tournament also highlights Indigenous history and culture. Games were held at 3 dry floor rinks in Lower Sackville, Bedford, and East Hants. Now, when it started only 2 years ago, only 2 age divisions were played. The event has grown each year, making it one of the premier tournaments in the region for lacrosse.
Fantastic. Really enjoy the hardware.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and especially when it's inside, doesn't matter what the weather's like outside.
Very true.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about the turf being wet, right?
Yeah, so true. All right, well, speaking of turf, the 2026 FIFA World Cup well underway. Now on CTV, TSN, and Crave, you can use those as your home bases for coverage of every game during the 5-week tournament. And it's going to impact some shows on certain days for our station. So CTV News at 5, CTV News at 6. Those newscasts will move to CTV2 through on certain days. So the link through the QR code or ctvnewsatlantic.ca. If you go there, you'll get the entire list of what will be moved and when. But in essence, turn us on in the morning on those days, and you don't have to move the channel.
It's so true. You don't have to get the clicker-clacker.
No clicker-clacking needed.
Speaking of, do you find that's a debate in households sometimes? What do you call the remote?
Yes.
The controller? The thingy?
The thingy. That
thing over there.
Thing, where is it? The
Channel
thing.
changer?
That thing. Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Well, we hope you don't click the thingy. Stay with us. Still ahead, we're going to have a first look at your national and international news headlines on this Monday morning. And Latavia has the first look at the full forecast. We're going to take a live look now at the Hub City, beautiful Moncton. Right now. Oh, there you go. Technical error.
Looks like a Polaroid. I love it.
Kind of does. Snapshot in time. Latavia has the forecast right after this.
Good morning and happy Monday. The time now is 6:12. We're taking a live look at the beautiful Yarmouth. As of right now, it is not too bad starting off your day. 15 degrees. You can see a little bit of sunshine in, but we are seeing a lot of cloud coverage starting off your day, and we are expecting a system to move in, bringing showers your way. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As you can see here, it is a bit cooler starting off your day for parts of Atlantic Canada at least. 9 degrees right now in Halifax, 7 in Sydney, 12 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 14 degrees into St. John, New Brunswick, 7 degrees in Labrador City, as well as into Gander. Here's a look at that system that is tracking across much of Atlantic Canada today. Starting off cloudy and a foggy start to the day. Seeing sunshine, though, early this morning for much of Newfoundland. For the Maritime region, though, we will start to see showers move in later this morning and will continue into the afternoon for much of the Maritimes as well as into Labrador. Labrador seeing periods of rain starting off your day. Into New Brunswick, we're looking at some steadier showers, a risk of thunderstorms. Also going to see that wet weather start to track into much of Nova Scotia. Starting off, a chance of showers and or drizzle, so around a 30% chance of it happening. Then into this evening, we'll start to see the system move into Prince Edward Island, for Cape Breton Island as well. And that will bring us into early Tuesday morning. We are going to see those showers start to diminish and clear out. If you're wondering, though, about precipitation totals, we are going to see accumulation from this system. Heaviest being into the northwestern region of New Brunswick, 20 to 30 millimeters in Edmundston, around 10 to 20 millimeters across Prince Edward Island, and the heaviest for Nova Scotia being into Shelburne, 10 to 20 millimeters, and then into Truro for eastern Nova Scotia, 20 to 30 millimeters. For Labrador City, we are going to see 10 to 20 millimeters as well. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs will be cooler, ranging from 16 degrees over in Grand Manan, up to 20 degrees in Miramichi. A cloudy start to your day. Showers and a risk of thunderstorms will move in, and wind will pick up out of the south, 20 gusting to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 14 degrees in Surrey, up to 19 degrees in Summerside. Mainly cloudy skies, seeing showers move in this afternoon, and then picking up into the overnight hours, wind gusts of 50. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs between 11 to 19 degrees into Cheticamp. Mainly cloudy skies, evening showers expected. For the rest of Nova Scotia, cloudy start to your day, showers moving in later this morning into the afternoon as well. Daytime highs between 13 to 21. Labrador City looking at 11 degrees today. Periods of rain throughout your day today, tapering off to a chance of showers into the late afternoon and evening. 11 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly sunny skies today. For our forecast on Tuesday, we start to see the system clear out. Sunshine will return. Temperatures will warm up above seasonal for our daytime highs. Newfoundland, Labrador will hold on to some precipitation for both those provinces. Into our forecast for Wednesday, starting off the day with sunshine again, showers moving in into the evening. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. The United States and Iran have reached an agreement that includes opening the Strait of Hormuz. The two sides haven't signed the deal yet, but it is expected to happen later this week. CNN's Julia Benbrook is in Washington with the details.
President Donald Trump says an agreement with Iran has been reached. His announcement came shortly after Pakistan, a key mediator in all of this, took to social media, the prime minister writing in part, following intensive talks, we are pleased to announce that the peace deal between the United States of America and Islamic Republic of Iran has been reached. Both sides have declared the immediate and permanent termination of military operations on all fronts, including Lebanon. The official signing ceremony is expected to take place on Friday, June 19th in Switzerland. Now, this is different than what Trump previewed earlier in the weekend. He said repeatedly that it would be signed on Sunday, which is also his birthday. It's Flag Day. It is the day that the UFC fights were taking place there on the South Lawn. But now both sides have said that this agreement will be signed in the coming days. There are still some questions, though, about what is included in this memorandum of understanding. But it is our understanding that it would kick off a 60-day time period for technical negotiations. And according to a Trump administration official, it would include an outline of commitments on Iran's nuclear program, including how the highly enriched uranium would be handled. Now, Vice President J.D. Vance, while speaking with Fox News, he outlined some of the core things that happened in this deal. Number one being that the Strait of Hormuz would be reopened and that the U.S. blockade there would be lifted, that Iran would never have a nuclear weapon and that they would not pursue one, and then also that compliance would be central to implementation, that the United States will want to verify that the proper steps are being taken throughout this process. When it comes to the signing, Vance says that he does plan to be there, but the president himself could be there. Julia Benbrook, CNN, Washington.
Prime Minister Mark Carney heads to eastern France today for the start of the G7 summit. He spent the weekend in Ireland for a series of diplomatic meetings and a visit to the village where his grandparents lived before they immigrated to Canada in the 1920s. CTV's Mike Lecouture has more.
They came by the hundreds to welcome Prime Minister Mark Carney to his ancestral home of Ahagower, Ireland, the town where his grandparents lived in the 1920s before they emigrated to Canada.
Everybody is talking about your likeness to your grandfather.
That's well. Yeah, you know, the genes are strong.
Down the road, J.P. Scott is serving Mark's Maple Sundays in honor of the visit.
So we hope this is going to put us on the map, be it like Obama going to Moneygall or JFK going to New Ross.
The 17-month-old Malachi Morgan was brought by his mother, who was born in New Brunswick but moved to Ireland 9 years ago.
It's a great opportunity to see the leader of Canada, who we're really proud of, and hopefully and for my little son to meet him too, or to see him.
Moments later, he got that chance. After attending Sunday Mass, Carney planted a tree as a symbol of his past roots in this town and the connection that lives on with his many cousins.
But we're all back in contact, so that's because of him. So as a family, that means a lot to us.
During his two-day visit, Carney tried to deepen economic ties with Ireland. While the Conservatives aren't criticizing the trip, they are lamenting what they call the lack of results.
He's been jetting around the world without negotiating a single new free trade agreement with any country anywhere on planet Earth.
Carney countered that coming to Ireland is about paving the way for future deals.
And by deepening our relationships, by making it simpler to do business in Ireland, in Europe, we create enormous opportunity for Canadian jobs.
Economic cooperation will be part of the G7 Leaders Summit over the next 3 days. However, it seems unlikely that CUSMA will be discussed by the Prime Minister and President Donald Trump. Carney says those talks will happen on the sidelines of the summit between Minister Dominic LeBlanc, Canada's lead trade negotiator Janice Charette, and their American counterparts.
CTV's Mike Lecouture reporting. Air Canada and the union representing 11,000 of its workers have reached a deal on a new contract. The agreement covers the airline's maintenance, cabin service, airport operations, finance, and cargo employees. The terms of the new contract aren't being made public just yet. Air Canada's board of directors still has to approve the contract offer, and the union needs to vote on ratifying the deal as well. Finally, the Carolina Hurricanes won their first Stanley Cup championship in 20 years last night.
1:10 to go. The net is empty. Ehlers scores! Nikolai Ehlers! And the party is on for the Kodiaks here and back in Raleigh.
The Canes defeated the Las Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 to win the Cup in Las Vegas. Carolina won the championship series in 6 games after knocking the Montreal Canadiens out of playoff contention. This is the second Stanley Cup for the Hurricanes in team history. The first came in 2006 when current coach Rod Brind'Amour was the team's captain. And a quick break here. When we return, we will have your must-see moment from our colleagues at TSN. The Monday edition of Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 Minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
question, why?
Yeah.
How did they set up the tightrope?
How did it go?
All right, it's 6:25. Time now to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hello, and thanks for joining us here inside the SportsCenter newsroom. I'm Laura Dykin. It is time to reveal your must-see moment from Sunday. For that, let's head to Vegas. Let's go to Sin City for game number 6 of the Cup final. With just over a minute to play, Canes up 2, trying to hold on. And how about a little extra insurance, courtesy Nick Ehlers. He led both teams with 9 points in the series as the Canes win their 2nd Cup in franchise history. The former Jet playing an integral role. And yes, the celebration is on for the Carolina Hurricanes, and that is your must-see moment. And our exclusive coverage of the FIFA World Cup continues today, beginning with Spain's opening match against Cabo Verde. Kickoff is scheduled for just before noon Eastern on TSN, CTV, and Crave. That does it for us here inside the SportsCenter newsroom. Have a great rest of the day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast as we kick off a new work week in New Brunswick. 19 degrees today is your daytime high. Cloudy skies to start. Showers move in with a risk of thunderstorms into the later this morning and afternoon. 23 degrees on Tuesday with a mix of sun and clouds. Sunshine sticks around on Wednesday, a high of 24. For Nova Scotia, 15 degrees today is your daytime high. We're looking at some scattered showers and or drizzle, risk of thunderstorms as well. 22 degrees on Tuesday. Lots of sunshine for much of the province. For Cape Breton Island, holding on to showers. And 22 on Wednesday, increasing cloudiness into the afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees today, mainly cloudy skies. Start off your day. Isolated showers move in into the late afternoon and evening. 22 degrees on Tuesday with cloudy skies and a mix of sun and cloud on Wednesday, a high yet again of 22.
Coming up this half hour, the Move Morning Chat. Today we want to know what shop or store smells the best to you. Our answers are just ahead on your Morning Atlantic.
It's Monday, June 15th. We hope you had a fabulous weekend. We're so happy that you will spend part of the work and school day with us because the countdown really is on to the end of the school year.
Wow.
Wrapping it up, getting those gifts for the teachers, celebrating those graduating students with prom and grad events.
Yes. Been seeing all the photos roll out online. I'm like, what an exciting time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So much fun.
You know what we should do? We should dig up our old prom photos.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
I
yeah.
wanted to suggest that to Aaron and Peter for the Move Morning Chat. Just talk about prom. Our prom.
You should. Coming up towards the end of the news, I'm going to show you highlights from one prom event that happened in the region over the weekend. So I can't wait for you to see that coming up.
Well, they say if it's a bit overcast, it's great for photos. So maybe you'll have some pictures taken today.
Yeah, we are seeing some light showers track across parts of the region a little bit later on this morning. Around a 30% chance of it happening for some. Others will see some steady shower activity move in a little bit later this morning. So just be prepared. It's going to be a cool one as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so here's a live look at Truro. As you can see, it is overcast early this morning. I'm not really seeing fog over in your area as we do slowly see fog move out of the region and start to burn off. As of right now, it is 10 degrees in Truro, 9 degrees in Halifax, 12 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 15 degrees in Fredericton, 8 degrees right now in Happy Valley Goose Bay and in Corner Brook. Here's a look at that system that will be moving in for all 3 maritime provinces a little bit later on today. We are going to see a cloudy, foggy start to the day. As I mentioned, fog will burn off. For Newfoundland, though, holding on to some sunshine today. Here's a look at the current wind. It is going to be a bit breezy across all 3 maritime provinces. As of right now, 30 kilometers per hour in Edmundston, 26 in Moncton with 24 kilometers per hour in Charlottetown, 22 in Halifax, 20 in Yarmouth. Wind gusts getting up to 43 right now in Edmundston and 30 kilometers per hour in Fredericton. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. A man has died following a single vehicle crash in Alliston, PEI. Just before 7:30 Sunday morning, officers were called to a rollover near a residence on Route 4. A 33-year-old man from Kings County was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the driver was the only person in the vehicle at the time of the crash, which is still under investigation. As Nova Scotia continues to manage a physician shortage, the province has announced it has hired 278 new doctors in the first 3 months of this year. And as CTV's Paul Hollingsworth reports, 33 of those new hires are from the U.S.
Nova Scotia hired 278 new doctors in the calendar year ending on March 31st. Taking into account practitioners who retired or left the province, that's a net gain of 199 new physicians, something Nova Scotia sorely needs.
It means more appointments, means more access to care, it means a stronger healthcare system.
Jim Dulesky is one of roughly 60,000 Nova Scotians on the wait list for a family doctor.
I'm on blood pressure meds now, and I was diagnosed with MS. So not having a doctor for me now is actually a problem.
Casting a wide net abroad has helped lure physicians to the province. And for those in need like Jim, 33 of the new hires alone are from the U.S. Premier Tim Houston says the recruitment strategy has included promoting the growth of Nova Scotia's healthcare system, which includes the new medical school at Cape Breton University.
We're offering that to them, and they're being attracted to it.
Showcasing the province as a nice place to live that offers a healthy work-life balance is also proving to be a selling point.
The more we can make physicians and other healthcare workers feel part of the community, the more likely they are to stay.
The president of Doctors Nova Scotia hopes to see further improvements to the quality of primary care by streamlining and expanding what is called the health home care model.
Health home care is working with other care providers. So nurse practitioners, social workers, we now have more physician assistants in this province, family practice nurses.
According to Dr. Amanda McDonald Green, the best way to enhance these healthcare models is to hire even more doctors.
I think these are fantastic steps in the right direction.
A plan that's already on the Premier's agenda. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
A man and 2 teens have been charged after an alleged robbery with a weapon in Nova Scotia. The Truro Police Service says officers were called after midnight Friday to a robbery downtown. A 20-year-old has been charged with robbery and possession of a weapon. 2 13-year-olds have also been charged with the same offenses. The 3 are expected in court at a later date. The price of diesel decreased in New Brunswick over the weekend. Diesel dropped by 5.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.12.2 a litre. Price of gas did not change. Nearly 40 young teams came together to celebrate what's known as the Creators Game over the weekend. This was the 3rd Wolves Cup tournament hosted by the Mi'kmaq Native Friendship Center and the Wolves Lacrosse Association. Also known as the Medicine Game, the U11 to U17 tournament also highlights Indigenous history and culture. Games were held over 3 dry floor rinks in Lower Sackville, Bedford, and East Hants. When it started 2 years ago, only 2 age divisions were played. The event's grown each year, making it one of the premier tournaments in the region for lacrosse. It may have been rainy Saturday in Halifax, but that didn't stop hundreds of students from celebrating prom. Many hardworking parents and photographers just like that one. They were lending a hand at Halifax Public Gardens to make sure their kids got the perfect pictures. So you could say the most popular accessory of the day, it wasn't the corsage, it was the umbrella. Hundreds of high school students, many of these ones here from Lockview High School in Fall River, they braved the conditions. Certainly a memorable prom. So congratulations to all who are graduating this year.
Yeah, just look at the trends. The big skirt is back. The big, like almost a ball gown. Love it.
It looks incredible. Oh my gosh. And the young boys, they just look so dapper. And there's
yeah.
What an exciting time.
Wonderful.
I know.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome. And thank you to our videographer, Mike Lamb, for capturing those this weekend too.
Wonderful. All right. It's kind of cool. Get ready to see a lot more kids at the Toronto Zoo in the coming months. The city is spending $300,000 to make field trips to the zoo free for all students. It applies to the Toronto school boards, all 4 of them. The program runs for the upcoming school year, but I just thought it was a neat idea to make it available for families and also an excuse to show some of the animals at the zoo.
That's incredible.
Which are wonderful. Yeah, it's a great program.
It's a great zoo.
You can learn a lot. Yeah, I've never been.
It's really nice.
Really nice.
I haven't been in a long time.
Yeah.
You've probably been early, like more recently than I have.
We went last August, I believe.
Nice,
or it might have been August before.
Okay.
But it was great.
Yeah.
Really nice day for a walk. It was hot when we were there in August.
Big facility. You would not, probably wouldn't be able to see the whole thing in one day. I don't know.
No, great gift shop too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And a good water park. They have a nice water park there. Anyways, if you're heading there this summer, it is worth taking the trip.
Yeah, there you go.
And we're still going to take a trip to Hollywood. We'll have your entertainment headlines. Who ruled the box office this weekend? The answer just ahead. But before that, we have the latest forecast with Latavia and the Move Morning Chat. Today, we want to know what your nose is thinking. We're asking what store smells the best. That conversation is up next.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:41. We're taking a live look at Summerside. Mainly cloudy skies early this morning. We are expecting some isolated showers into the late afternoon to start to move in. 12 degrees as you head out early this morning. So we are going to see a cooler day ahead for much of the region, remaining below seasonal for our daytime highs. As you head out early this morning, make sure to grab some layers. It is 9 degrees in Halifax, 12 degrees starting off your day in Charlottetown, 15 currently in Fredericton, looking at 5 degrees in Cartwright and 7 degrees over in Gander. We do have a low pressure system that will make its way over. Cloudy and foggy early this morning for the Maritime region, and then we'll start to see the system move in for the northwestern region of New Brunswick. First, looking at showers, a risk of thunderstorms across New Brunswick. For the remainder of the Maritime region, we are going to see a chance of showers, around a 30% chance of it happening and becoming a bit steadier into the Tri-County area of Nova Scotia. Now, Labrador will be seeing periods of rain with this system, and Newfoundland holding on to some sunshine, seeing this system make its way over into the evening. So as you can see here, all 3 Maritime provinces will be getting that wet weather by this evening. That takes us into the overnight hours tonight. Still going to see shower activity. Fog patches will develop near midnight, and that will be starting off the day on Tuesday. Some wet weather still remaining for parts of the region. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, the heaviest being 20 to 30 millimeters into Edmundston, 5 to 20 across Prince Edward Island, and the heaviest for Nova Scotia is into eastern Nova Scotia at 20 to 30 millimeters for Truro. For Labrador City will be the heaviest for that province, 10 to 20 millimeters, and only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters to start in Port aux Basques. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be cooler, 16 degrees in Grand Manan, up to 20 in Miramichi. We are going to see a cloudy start to your day. Showers move in later this morning with a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region. Wind gusts getting up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, highs between 14 to 19 degrees into Summerside. Mainly cloudy skies start off your day. A chance of isolated showers moves in late this afternoon. Wind gusts of 50. And for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 11 degrees in Canso up to 19 degrees in Cheticamp. Mainly cloudy skies, evening showers expected. For eastern Nova Scotia, though, we are going to see shower activity into this afternoon. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 13 to 21 degrees into Digby. A cloudy start to your day. Showers becoming steady into the Tri-County area with a risk of thunderstorms. Wind gusts getting up to 40. For Labrador City, we are going to see periods of rain today with a high of 11. 11 degrees as well for St. John's, Newfoundland, but looking at mainly sunny skies. So sunshine will return in the forecast as this precipitation starts to clear out of the Maritime region. We are going to see a warm up as well, seasonal to above seasonal for our daytime highs, and that shower activity clears out for Wednesday as well. Another sunny day is ahead. We are going to see shower activity, though, continue in Newfoundland and Labrador, and showers return into the evening on Wednesday. That's a look at your weather. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. We are back for the Monday edition of the Move Morning Chat, and we are asking the question, what store has the best smell? Erin, why are we talking about this?
It sounds like a silly question, but think about it. Like, you know, certain stores have a specific smell. And I actually went to a store for the very first time in Dartmouth this week, and the smell was like unlike anything I've ever smelled in my life. Crumble cookies in Dartmouth Crossing. I've never stepped foot into their store, but literally when I pulled up my car and got out, I could smell the store outside. And I was like, uh-oh, I am in trouble. Walking in there, it was unbelievable. And it got Peter and I talking about just stores that have that distinct smell you love. And it doesn't have to be food necessarily. It could be a department store. It could be a furniture store. Each store has its own unique smell. And Peter's got a favorite store for that as well.
Sure. And it's kind of what she's talking about. It doesn't have to be like a bakery or a cookie smell at all. For me, I just love going through the doors at, say, a Kent store or any building materials store where it's super nostalgic for me, for one thing, because my family was in the building material business. And I worked there as a kid and right through until I started working in radio. So the smell of the lumber and the plywood and even the plastic smell and the vinyl smell from windows and doors and all of that sort of thing. I just love the smell. And a lot of them with garden centers at this time of year. You know, it's a kind of a seasonal thing as well. So it's always changing. And I love walking through the doors of a Kent store or any kind of, big building supply store.
Interesting. It's fun when an scent brings you right back to a childhood memory, like the nostalgia you mentioned, Peter. For me, I love a nice smell of something like Kept Shop in downtown Dartmouth is an example of a store that carries a lot of nicely made candles from makers in the region. So you go in there and it's not overwhelming. It's just, you can tell that it's the good stuff. You know, it's not, it's just beautiful scented products. You walk in, you're like, whatever's going on here, this is a vibe, and I just want to live where this smell is. So I'd say that. And then you can just buy one candle, take it home, and have the smell in your own house.
Absolutely. So for me, I would say, okay, I have two. One is food related. Cal's Ice Cream Shop.
Oh, it's very distinctive.
The waffle. Oh, yes. I just recently went to one for the first time ever, and I'm hooked. But I would say a bookstore.
Yeah.
I love the smell of books.
Me too.
Especially like an oldie for some reason. If you go to the library, I don't know what it is about books, but I love like printed books, and buying them, it just makes me so happy.
New book smell. Cracking up the smell of a new book. Oh yeah, awesome. Okay, well it definitely, like Peter said, when you smell a certain smell, it takes you right back to a memory.
Absolutely.
So we want to hear from you. What store, in your opinion, has the best smell? Share your little stories with us at 10-400, and we'll have a fun roundup a little later on in our show.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 6:51. Before we head over to Hollywood, kind of ties in entertainment-esque.
Yeah.
So on Friday, we had the Move Morning Chat. Crystal and I were going back and forth about our favorite movies and some we had to watch. So we made each other a list, and you watched some of them.
Yes, I did. So you would put on, there's one on streaming, Two Hearts, and it's based on a true story, which is always kind of fun. And it's a story about, I don't want to ruin it, but it was romantic, but also kind of inspiring and uplifting.
Right?
It's a good choice. And then you pulled up, like literally I wrote them down in an email, and I had a bit of free time. I had a tired weekend. Like it'd been a busy time. I did some catching up. I had 2 naps yesterday, Latavia.
Oh my God, that's epic. I'm happy for you.
Thank you. So I had some time to watch some movies. So I pulled up Premonition, which is a 2007 movie.
Yes, Sandra Bullock.
It's a little weird. It kind of jumps around in time. I'm not quite gathering what's happening, but
you're gonna love it.
It's a fun journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sandra Bullock movies are always perfect for like a comfy, cozy night in or day in. Definitely look up some of those movies. The Lake House is on that list too.
Oh,
really good with Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Well, we've only got so much time in a weekend, Latavia.
Right. Exactly. we'll make a list for you as well back home.
Exactly.
But for now, we're going to take a look at your entertainment headlines. For that, we turn to Hollywood.
The only way to know your purpose is to go back to where it all began.
Disclosure Day earned about $44 million this weekend. That's well ahead of the expected $35 million it was expected to make. It was also enough to put Steven Spielberg's alien thriller in the top spot at the box office this weekend. It stars Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor.
I wish Nikki Freeman loved me more than anyone in the entire world.
Meanwhile, horror fans remain obsessed with Obsession, taking in $19 million for second place. That movie's in its 5th week in theaters, having been made for less than $1 million. And in third place, Scary Movie, sliding 70% from last weekend, made $14.5 million. And happy birthday to Courtney Cox, best known for playing Monica Geller in Friends and Gale Weathers in the Scream franchise. Cox is 62 today. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
And in case you missed it, Canadian Blood Services is in dire need of O-positive blood right now, but all blood types are welcome.
The organization says the need for donors is increasing and the door is always open for people to roll up their sleeves and give the gift of life. CTV's Brianne Foley has more.
Robin Stanley is giving blood today because she knows firsthand how much it's needed.
I try to come, as often as I can. I am a nurse, so, know how important it is for folks to be able to kind of get the blood when they need it. And then my mom actually, a couple years ago, also had a liver transplant.
Her bi-monthly donations help with planned surgeries, but also emergencies.
They don't have the blood available, then they're not able to kind of go through with that surgery. And then, all the emergencies that we don't expect that happen every day, it's really important that we have those things when we need them.
I think people assume there's a lot of donors out there, but in actuality, only 2% of people donate blood currently. So there's 400,000 Canadians that are supporting 40 million Canadians in the country.
Everyone who donates has a reason to give, but even with those regulars coming in, there is still a need for new donors daily.
Because it's like they say, it's in you to give. I've been giving blood since I was 18. I started when I was 18, right out of high school.
Over the next 5 years, we need 1 million new donors coming through our door. Specifically in our area, right now there's only 4 days on hand of O positive, and it's the most common blood type in Canada.
The process is simple and gives back in multiple ways.
Every 60 seconds in Canada, somebody needs blood, and the only way that they get it is from a donation of somebody else in Canada.
I just see the need for it, and it's if I can help save a life or two, and it's in me to give.
The actual donation part doesn't take that long, and then you get free snacks after, so that's always a bonus.
Brianne Foley, CTV News, Halifax.
Thank you so much, Brianne. Happening now, the United States and Iran have reached an initial agreement to end the war and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. Details ahead in your national and international news headlines. Locally, beginning tomorrow, MLAs in New Brunswick will begin their tour of the province, asking for feedback on its Official Languages Act. Plus, Learn to Row, one boat club in the region gives newcomers a chance to get out on the water. Those stories just ahead, but first, let's look at the 3-day with Latavia.
19 degrees in New Brunswick today. A cloudy start to the day. Showers arrive later this morning. 23 degrees on Tuesday with sunshine returning and a mix of sun and cloud expected on Wednesday as well. For Nova Scotia, 15 degrees today. Scattered showers and or drizzle with a risk of thunderstorms for parts of the province. 22 degrees on Tuesday. We are going to see sunshine for much of the province. Cape Breton Island holding on to showers. 22 yet again on Wednesday with sunny skies. For Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees, mainly cloudy start. Isolated showers move in this afternoon. 22 on Tuesday with cloudy skies across the island. Sunshine returns on Wednesday. Yet again, a high of 22.
It's Monday, June 15th, today on your Morning Atlantic Language Tour. New Brunswick MLAs to tour the province asking for feedback on its Official Languages Act. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And summer camps for kids, they can get quite expensive, not to mention booked up quickly. We'll chat with the YMCA of Greater Halifax Dartmouth about their expanded day camp programs. That's a little later this half hour on your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. It's June 15th. Sign of the times. Day camps. Swimming. Summer officially starting soon before you know it on the 21st. So I'm excited.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I loved when I was a kid, lived for a good day camp. Just
Right?
loved it so much. So much fun to hang out with other kids and just like in a summer setting. It's way different than school.
Oh,
Absolutely.
totally different. And for parents, you've got to find a spot. It's almost, I find, very rare to have a parent who's able to be home all summer long. So you need those camps to entertain the kids because you got to work too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Another sign of summer too is that in the Halifax area, we have the Halifax Common Pool is going to be opening today. So our own Brianne Foley will be live on location a little later in the show to get all the details on what you can expect before this pool opens because it is a busy spot.
Gorgeous
yeah.
pool too. I drove by it after seeing the FIFA game at Garrison Grounds, and holy moly, it's gorgeous.
I know, it's
That is
beautiful.
a beautiful pool.
Very inviting. I remember like driving past it. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and I saw that they filled it up, and I was like, sign of the times, it's coming.
Latavia's like, heat, water, I am
Hand in
there.
hand.
All we need is the weather.
Yes.
It's coming.
Okay,
Not
good,
necessarily
good.
today, but
Okay,
tomorrow and the rest of the week's forecast is looking quite nice.
Okay.
Yeah, so today just enjoy a bit of a cooler day ahead. We do have some showers that will pop up across parts of Atlantic Canada today. As you can see over in Parsboro, it is a cloudy start to the day. We're already starting to see that fog dissipate and burn off. It is cool though, so you're going to want to layer up before heading outdoors this morning. 9 degrees in Halifax, 12 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 15 degrees in Fredericton, looking at 5 degrees in Cartwright and 4 degrees in St. Anthony. So here's a look at that system making its way over first into the northwestern region of New Brunswick. It will trickle down to all 3 maritime provinces a little bit later this morning and into the afternoon. Now, Newfoundland is holding on to sunshine today, but Labrador, a wet day ahead. Periods of rain is expected to move in. It's going to be a bit breezy as well today. We're looking at sustained wind, 26 kilometers per hour in Moncton, 24 in Charlottetown, 22 in Edmundston and in Halifax. 1 wind gust at this time, getting up to 30 in Fredericton. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Recent rulings on bilingualism in New Brunswick is meeting head-on with a year-long review of the province's Official Languages Act. Starting tomorrow, for the first time, a committee of MLAs reviewing it will take a trip across the province asking for feedback. CTV's Nick Moore reports.
Bonjour et bienvenue. The New Brunswick Government Standing Committee on Official Languages is taking its review of the Official Languages Act on a provincial tour.
This journey, I'll call it a journey.
The committee has already held 4 public meetings at the legislature, which has included a discussion on extending obligations under the Official Languages Act to privately operated nursing homes regulated by the provincial government.
Alors, c'est certain que je m'attends pas que demain matin.
Nicole Arsenault-Slater is president of the Acadian Society of New Brunswick and says in French that she does not expect a nursing home in St. John to be full of French-speaking staff tomorrow, but says 1 or 2 would be a start. The New Brunswick Association of Nursing Homes says official bilingualism cannot come at the expense of increasing hours of care in nursing homes.
You need to take a needle and thread the tapestry. You know, you can't hit it with a hammer.
A separate ruling from the Commissioner of Official Languages last month found that private third-party operators of provincial functions must provide bilingual service based on a complaint made at an ANBL agency store. While French language training is not a focus of the Act, it was touched on several times during the meeting so far.
Classroom French through French immersion will not make you a bilingual, but if you have these experiences that allow you to use French in your daily life, that allow you to interact with the Francophone community, that is what, that is the piece, I think, that will allow it.
The Commissioner of Official Languages also made a presentation recommending provincial legislation that public servants have the right to work and be supervised in the official language of their choice.
And it's certainly been in place federally for many years now under the Official Languages Act, and there really is no reason why it shouldn't be here.
Last week, the Supreme Court of Canada issued a decision that lieutenant governors in New Brunswick must be bilingual when appointed. Premier Susan Holt says it is a decision she supports and was asked by reporters about the level of bilingualism that a premier or cabinet minister in New Brunswick should have.
I mean, that's something that we're working on. You can see the hard work of my team every day to build up those important communication skills with New Brunswickers, because it's really important to us.
Public consultations on New Brunswick's official Languages Act begins tomorrow morning in Grand Falls and will hit 9 locations in all before wrapping up later this month in Woodstock. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
To Nova Scotia now. If you've ever watched competitive rowers and wondered what it feels like to glide across the water in one of those narrow racing shells, well, this weekend, Halifax gave curious newcomers the chance to find out. St. Mary's Boat Club on the Northwest Arm opened up its doors Saturday for a public Learn to Row event, welcoming first-timers of all ages to try the sport on the water. CTV's Valentine King-Beza got a first-hand look.
Do we have any preferences for seats or just hop on in? Hop on in. Hop on in. Yes, yeah.
We are here today at the beautiful St. Mary's Boat Club on the Northwest Arm to introduce Halifax to the sport of rowing. It's probably something you've seen in the Olympics maybe. Canada has an amazing rowing team. And you probably wondered, what would it be like to get in one of those skinny boats?
Yeah, first time rowing. We're going to give it our best.
And people who come learn to row realize, wow, this is a full body workout. There's lots of camaraderie and teamwork involved.
When we get into water, it was scary in the beginning, but after that it was really wonderful. And it was my first time in water, so I was kind of skeptical how would it be, but it turned out to be so amazing. I just loved it. It was so much fun.
The better term to describe rowing is sculling and sweeping. There's 2 disciplines of rowing. Here at Halifax Rowing Club, we mostly scull, so we use 2 oars, and the boat has a seat that moves on the slides, so you use the oars to push yourself through the water as the seat goes along with you, and you do that over and over and over and over and over again.
How was it? Oh, it was so fun. I'm going to come back and do it again.
It was so much fun. Yeah, we've never rowed before, but it was a great experience.
So even if you weren't able to come try rowing today, this is a national event, so that's why it's this weekend. We encourage you to check out our Learn to Row classes. Anywhere from the age of 13 up to people in their 80s can take those Learn to Row classes, and it's a great family sport. We've got lots of moms and daughters or dads and sons doing this sport together. I really encourage you to come give it a try.
There you go. Perfect.
Thanks, Mikhail.
That looks like so much fun.
Yeah, I know. Could you imagine 3 of us on there?
It would be great. I tried it last year at St. Mary's.
Yeah, and what did you think?
It was really, really, really nice. And that area, especially to be in the Northwest Arm. Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so if you haven't heard, the FIFA World Cup is taking place. Yeah, but you can watch the action on CTV, TSN, and Crave. That's your home for coverage of every game during the 5-week tournament. Because of the tournament, though, certain shows at our station will move on certain days. So CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6, those newscasts will move to this station, CTV2, on occasion. So you can use that link through the QR code or at ctvnewsatlantic.ca to figure out exactly when that's happening. But, yeah. That's one way you can experience the World Cup. Now, I've got another way you can experience the World Cup if you had a lot of money.
How?
Okay, this way. You can go to this hotel. All right, this is awesome. It's the Mark Hotel in New York, offering a luxury package for the big game. It comes with 6 tickets, 6 on-field passes, a helicopter ride from New York to New Jersey, and a private lounge at the stadium. And of course, there's a 4-night stay at the luxury suite with every amenity a person can ask for. So how much does it cost for the package?
How much?
A cool $1 US. The World Cup final is July 19th at MetLife Stadium. Now, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see that hotel, though, but I don't want to pony up $1 million.
Well, I mean, so far it looks kind of bland.
Yeah. For $1 million. Yeah.
I need more for $1 million as Amanda Debison.
I want some whimsy in my hotel stay.
Thank you. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Okay, still ahead, your national news headlines, and Latavia has the latest look at the full Monday forecast. A little cooler here today, that is for sure. And you can see the ferry coming in just outside St. John. Good morning to our viewers there this morning. We will be right back.
Good call. More whimsy. Good
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:13. Taking a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland. 9 degrees starting off your day. Beautiful sunny day is ahead. Cooler daytime high though, but it's going to be quite a lovely day across Newfoundland. So weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. A bit of a cooler day ahead for much of the region. As of right now, it is 9 degrees heading outdoors in Halifax, 13 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 14 degrees in Moncton with 7 degrees over in Labrador City. We do have wet weather on its way as well for parts of Atlantic Canada. So as I mentioned, sunshine across Newfoundland, a cloudy or foggy start to the day for all 3 maritime provinces. Starting to see shower activity move into the northwestern region of New Brunswick. And for Labrador, we're looking at periods of rain moving in. So into the afternoon, we start to see a chance of some showers move into parts of Nova Scotia. Mainland Nova Scotia only seeing around a 30% chance of it happening. And later this afternoon into the evening, we start to see this system move in for all 3 maritime provinces. Going to see some steadier showers again into the southern region of Nova Scotia. That will take us into early Tuesday morning. As this system starts to make its way over into Newfoundland, we are going to see precipitation clear out for much of the maritime region. If you're wondering about those rainfall totals, though, heaviest for New Brunswick being 20 to 30 millimeters into Edmundston, looking at around 5 to 20 millimeters across Prince Edward Island, and the heaviest for eastern Nova Scotia is 20 to 30 millimeters into Truro. For Labrador City, also going to see its heaviest precipitation for Labrador, 10 to 20 millimeters, only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters into Port aux Basques. For a forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will be a bit cooler, ranging from 16 to 20 degrees, being the warmest into Miramichi. A cloudy start to your day. Showers move in with the risk of thunderstorms into the northwestern region of New Brunswick. Wind gusts getting up to 40. Prince Edward Island, highs between 14 to 18. Mainly cloudy skies start off your day. A chance of isolated showers expected late this afternoon with wind gusts of 50. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, highs will range from 11 degrees in Canso up to 19 degrees into Cheticamp and Amherst. Mainly cloudy skies. A chance of showers for eastern Nova Scotia this afternoon. And Cape Breton seeing showers into the evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 13 degrees in Halifax up to 21 in Digby. Cloudy skies and showers move in later this morning. Wind gusts of 40. Labrador City looking at periods of rain with a high of 11. 12 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at mainly sunny skies. So this system will start to clear out, break down across parts of all 3 maritime provinces, leaving sunshine. Daytime highs will remain above seasonal for much of the region. Newfoundland, Labrador still holding on to the wet weather from this system. Wednesday, we're looking at sunny skies yet again, and temperatures warming up and showers returning into the evening. Now it's time for your campfire conditions, and for that, it's brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends. For New Brunswick, we are seeing burning is allowed. Remember, this is valid until 2 p.m. today, so always check for burning restrictions. For Cape Breton Island, we are going to see burning is allowed around 2 p.m. to 8 a.m. And then for eastern Nova Scotia, actually, for the majority of Nova Scotia, we're seeing burning is only allowed between 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. And we do have a restriction into Queens County. Burning is not allowed in that area. For Prince Edward Island, burning is allowed around 2 p.m. to 8 a.m. So make sure, as I mentioned, to check those restrictions. Always check for a fire ban and always check municipal bylaws. Make sure to keep those fires small and under control if possible. Never leave a fire unattended, and make sure fire is out before you go to bed or leave your campsite. Now we're going to throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. The Americans and Iranians confirm they have reached a peace deal. Once this is signed, it means a 60-day ceasefire. The Strait of Hormuz opens and the U.S. naval blockade is lifted. ABC's Karen Hua is in Washington with more.
The U.S. and Iran have a deal after weeks of retaliatory attacks and shaky negotiations. Once the new agreement is signed, the Strait of Hormuz opens and the naval blockade is lifted. But the fate of Iran's nuclear program, a major red line for both parties, is still unresolved. It's expected to be further discussed during a 60-day ceasefire. Mike Waltz, the ambassador to the United Nations, explains the complications.
The Iranians are incredibly difficult negotiators, coupled with the fact that they're having a very hard time getting guidance from their supreme leader, and they're not always on the same page within their team.
Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to attend the deal signing in Switzerland Friday. He says the deal ensures Iran will never have a nuclear weapon, but the Iranians have not confirmed this.
If the Iranians comply with his deal, it is going to fundamentally transform the Middle East for the next 50 years. It's going to end the war. It's going to make the Middle East more investable. It's going to mean a lot of prosperity, lower energy prices, sacrifices for the American people.
This deal comes just after Israel attacked Hezbollah again in Lebanon, killing 3 people and wounding 6 others. A former Israeli senior military intelligence officer tells ABC's Martha Raddatz he's doubtful Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu would support this new deal between the U.S. and Iran.
We've known the Iranians for many years. You don't really believe that the fact that they promised or they signed something is worth anything.
Overnight, Israel's defense minister said that Israel would not withdraw from any territory it has seized, saying Israel is not subordinate to the United States. Karen Hua, ABC News, Washington.
Protests are already underway ahead of the G7 summit. Demonstrators clashed with police in the streets of Geneva Sunday. Officers used water cannons and tear gas to subdue the crowd. The city has been marked as a gathering place for those looking to protest the G7. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we are talking summer camps with the YMCA. That's on the other side of this break. Please stay with us.
Welcome back. It's 7:23. Now, it won't be long until kids are out of school for the summer, and many parents, they've got that question of how many keep them busy. That's top of mind at the moment. So not only do summer camps often book up quickly, but many of them just aren't in the budget, especially if you have more than one child attending. So luckily, families in HRM have another option now. The YMCA of Greater Halifax Dartmouth has expanded their summer day camp to 8 locations, and they offer assistance that helps make sure no child is turned away due to financial circumstances. Brooke Neville is the YMCA Day Camp Director, and she joins us live in studio this morning. Brooke, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us a little bit about the expansion and why it happened.
Yeah, well, we have 2 internal locations. So we have our YMCA community-wide downtown on Gottingen, and we have our YMCA John W. Lindsay down right around South Park Street. So those locations we have every year, we always have, and we are almost at capacity, but what was most important was that really wanting to spread it out to the other neighborhoods. So family summer care and like inclusive, affordable summer care is so important nowadays.
Yes.
So being able to serve multiple communities and neighborhoods was really important to us. Getting to the core downtown nowadays, traffic, nobody wants to go down there, and just being able to serve more. So this year we have 9 weeks of camp, and across all 9 weeks we have 8 locations. Spryfield this year, so we have Emmanuel Anglican Church, we have Cole Harbour Woodside United, Dartmouth we have Kiwanis Grahams Grove, and then Sackville it's split between 2 locations of Kinsman Community Centre and Acadia Hall, and then we also have another one downtown, Fort Massey United. So we are all over, spreading lots of communities.
That's fantastic. What a game changer for parents. So the big takeaway for people watching right now is there are spaces available in these. I mean, They probably won't last long, but there are spaces at the moment. How do parents register for these programs?
Yeah, so we have a website. You can go right to the YMCA website. There's a huge day camp section in there, and you'll see the bright box of register now. On there, there's like frequently asked questions. They can reach out to myself, the director, and my assistant director, and we can help you. There's so many resources as well of like financial assistance.
Yeah.
So if you can't go on the website, do it yourself. You can reach out directly to us, and we can help them get registered.
Wow, this is music to parents' ears, I'm sure, this morning. So you had this Gift of Camp campaign that just wrapped up. It was successful. Tell our viewers about that.
Yeah, so the Gift of Camp campaign is to help our financial assistance. The rising cost of living costs nowadays for families, nobody can keep up. So we have the Gift of Camp campaign to help with financial assistance, inclusion, remove barriers. And this year we raised over $40,000 thanks to donors, our community, because the goal is no kid is left behind. So 1 in 4 families require financial assistance, and this Gift of Camp campaign really means a lot to us because we can send over 200 families to camp this year.
That's so fantastic. We've got about 30 seconds left. Maybe I went to summer camp as a kid, loved it. Maybe give our viewers a couple of highlights of what kids can expect when they go to camp this summer.
Friendships is huge. That's the biggest thing. Lifelong friendships we hear. Outings, pools, swimming, and just day-to-day activities that a lot of kids won't experience experience at home. So
yeah. So rather than at home, a summer of kids kind of bored at home, maybe on video games, they're out there meeting friends, having new experiences, and actually being healthy out in the sun sometimes.
Exactly.
With sunscreen and a hat. I know that I've seen many of the groups out, and kids are well taken care of. Brooke, thank you so much.
No worries. Thank you for having me.
And we'll put our website, your website, on ours to make it easy for people to find. But my recommendation is sign up soon.
Yes,
because they will fill up. All right, great. That info will be there. You can check it out as we go to break. It is now 7:27. We'll return in about 2 minutes' time with your Morning Atlantic.
Just ahead this half hour, the Kent Big Bucket giveaway. We've had some great prizes over the past few months, and this one's no exception. We will hear what Crystal's talking about in just a moment on your Morning Atlantic.
Welcome back, everybody. Halfway through the show, halfway through the month of June. It's the 15th today.
Oh,
I know.
Gosh.
You know what? We've had cool spring all across Canada, actually. And it's not unusual to have up and down weather in June.
Yeah.
I find it doesn't actually get consistently nice until July.
This is true.
Like my daughters are lifeguards, and they wear the wetsuit in the water right now.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. You won't be able to take the wetsuit off for several more weeks.
Wonder what it's like looking in Halifax.
And that's in. And I should mention they're wearing it all the time, not just because it's so cold recently, not just in the water. No, I'm joking.
Right? Yeah, I don't blame them.
I wish I had a wetsuit on right now.
Same. As you can see from our live eye here in Halifax, it is a foggy, cloudy start to your day. 9 degrees in Halifax right now, so layers are key when heading outdoors this morning. And don't forget your rain gear, because we are seeing a system track across much of Atlantic Canada, bringing some wet weather. 13 degrees in Charlottetown, 15 starting off your day in Fredericton, 8 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, and 9 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Now, Newfoundland seeing lots of sunshine for the most part, but for the remainder of Atlantic Canada, we do have this system that will be bringing showers, a risk of thunderstorms for the Maritime region, and for Labrador, looking at periods of rain moving in later this morning. Here's a look at our wind forecast. It's going to be a bit of a breezy one today. 28 kilometers per hour in Charlottetown, with 24 in North Cape, 22 in Halifax, 20 in Moncton. One wind gust at this time getting up to 37 kilometers per hour in Edmundston. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
A man has died following a single vehicle crash in Alliston, PEI. Just before 7:30 Sunday morning, officers were called to a rollover near a residence on Route 4. A 33-year-old man from Kings County was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the driver was the only person in the vehicle at the time of the crash, which is still under investigation. While so many struggle with affordability and overwhelming debt, we're hearing from a family who moved halfway across the country to Nova Scotia, thinking they would enjoy a lower cost of living. CTV's Paul Hollingsworth reports on the situation they now face.
Haley Bogdan moved to Nova Scotia in 2022 with her husband and 2 children, expecting a cheaper cost of living. But the last 4 years have been a major disappointment.
We came here for a better life than we were getting in Ontario.
Expensive groceries, gas, and rising home heating costs are just a few of the items that have put Bogdan's family in a precarious financial situation.
I had no debt and a great credit score before I moved here, and now that I've moved here, I am in debt.
At one point, Bogdan was forced to buy groceries with her credit card.
I had to stop it because it's maxed out and I couldn't keep up with the payments.
When Bogdan first moved to Nova Scotia, her rent was $1,200 a month. Now it's more than twice that amount. A recent study shows Nova Scotia has become the most expensive province in Canada for apartment and condo rentals. A new snapshot from Stats Canada also shows Canadian household debt is outpacing incomes. Experts say affordability issues in this province are linked to the average Nova Scotia income, which is down compared to the rest of the country.
More than $10,000 at an individual level, right after tax, and we're about 25,000 down versus the average family.
Retail analyst Bruce Winder is calling for all levels of government to prioritize investing in industry growth, which could lead to increased wages.
So they can increase productivity, output per person, and that'll increase profits and enable them to pay higher wages.
Until then, Bogdan hopes for a better and more affordable quality of life.
My husband and I have both been trying to find a second job
that doesn't include a crushing amount of debt. Paul Hollingsworth, CTV News, Dartmouth, Nova Scotia.
In New Brunswick, the price of diesel decreased over the weekend. Diesel dropped by 5.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.12.2 a litre. Price of gas did not change. Cricket is one of the world's most popular sports, and this weekend in Fredericton, an event celebrated the culture and growth of the sport around here. CTV's Nick Moore reports.
The third annual International Cricket Tournament in Fredericton returned this weekend with 4 local teams from 4 countries representing Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, and Nepal. In the championship game Sunday evening, it was a tie shared between Bangladesh and India.
It's growing sports in Fredericton as well. That's very special for us.
The city of Fredericton opened its first cricket pitch in Lincoln Heights Park last year. Cricket was declared Canada's national sport at Confederation before the title was designated for hockey and lacrosse. Today, cricket is one of the world's most popular sports, especially around India and South Asia. Immigrants to Canada have been credited with bringing renewed fanfare to the sport here and across the country.
It's been growing, so more and more people are coming. It's been like an amazing experience seeing that people are enjoying the game and coming to see that game and playing it. The competition is there, but at the same time, there is some brotherhood is there. Though the cultural difference is there, but we play for the same game.
The International Cricket Tournament is part of a string of events hosted by the Multicultural Association of Fredericton, leading to the 2026 Cultural Expressions Festival at Officer Square on June 27th. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
Thank you so much, Nick, for that report.
Looks like a fun game.
It does.
Yeah, never tried it before.
No.
Neither have I.
Lots to learn. Okay, I love to ride a bike. That I've done before.
Yes.
Yeah. The Art on Wheels is rolling through the streets of Montreal. You know, I love Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's another reason to visit. Bixi and Lotto Quebec have hired local artists to jazz up some of the bikes to make them a little more fun this summer. Bixi records as many as 75,000 rides a day. So the hand-painted bikes are rented twice as much as the regular ones. It's good for business and good for the eye. For the artist involved, it was a chance to try something new and get some exposure, but pretty cool. So the Bixi system, we don't have it here in our region, but there's a bike on a stand and you pay a little fee and you can take it and use it and you just put it at another stand. So it's sort of like take a bike, leave a bike. Yeah, you just get charged for the time you're on it. Yeah.
Oh, that is so cool. I like seeing the artwork there. It's like when they painted the utility boxes around the Halifax area.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
I love that program. All right.
We're going to turn our attention right now to Brianne Foley.
Yes.
Who's braving the temperatures to show us the wonderful pool at the Halifax Common. Good morning, Bree.
Good morning, ladies. It's actually not terrible out. Could be much, much worse. But yes, we are here at the Halifax Common with Graham Benjamin from the city. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, and happy pool opening day.
Pool opening day. Exciting stuff. So rain or shine, we are open today. Already open, correct?
Already open, yeah. We have one swimmer over there right now. We got the lane swim open right now, and the open swim will be open later on. So, yeah, come on out. Perfect time to come on and get the swimming on.
So for people who have never been to the Common before, what are the do's and don'ts heading into the summer season?
Yeah, so we have a 25-meter, 5-lane pool here. So there's climbing features as well. We got adaptive equipment here. So there's tons that you can do. We have different lane swims as well as open swims. So it's a great spot if you want to get a little workout in, if you want to bring the family out. It's a great spot just to come on out and beat the heat in the summer.
Honestly, it's always so beautiful here. What are the hours for people who want to come by the pool, and how long can they stay each session?
Yeah, so it varies kind of throughout June and throughout the summer. So About an hour and a half for the open swims, but sometimes an hour 15. But today we have from 9:15 to 11:45. So all those hours are listed on our website at halifax.ca, where you can find out more information. Yeah, so all of it's right there.
Okay, so what's your favorite part about this pool being open so early in the season, I guess?
It's just a great community gathering space. You see how busy that it gets in the summer. A lot of people like bringing their family, like bringing the kids. And it's just, it does get really hot in the summer, so it's a good spot just to, you can go to the Commons and get a little bike ride in, come on to the pool and dunk your head in and cool off. It's really great to see the community come together.
I love it. So we are going to get more information about splash pads that are opening throughout the city as well as other places around the Maritimes. We're going to check in on those pools as well. But for now, ladies, we'll send it back to you dry in the studio.
Oh my gosh, thanks, Brian. Yeah, it is a gorgeous pool.
Oh.
Yeah.
So inviting.
It's very inviting. So like almost like a tropical paradise.
Oh, yeah.
At least the pool is. Maybe not the weather today. But hey, shout out to that person actually doing their laps already. Good job.
Right?
Good
That's
job.
true.
Seize the day.
Nice to see Graham, too. And the Moon Morning Chat, we're talking about what store has the best smell. Speaking of being inside, send us a text at 10400. We would love to hear from you. We had Peter saying earlier, Kent.
Yes.
What he loves to smell.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which is great because we have a prize giveaway for Kent. So you can head over there and dream.
That's coming up on the other side of this break. Latavia has more on how long this wet weather will stick around for. And then what is in the big green bucket? Through the magic of TV, you can see Crystal's there about to spin it, but we're not going to show you what's behind it until we return.
Oh, cliffhanger. Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 7:44. We're taking a live look at Charlottetown. Mainly cloudy skies early this morning, 13 degrees as you head outdoors. It's going to be a bit breezy of a day as well, with isolated showers moving in late this afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. It is going to be a cooler day ahead for much of Atlantic Canada. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out, layers and your rain gear. 9 degrees heading outdoors in Halifax, with 8 degrees in Sydney. Looking at 14 degrees into St. John, New Brunswick. We are looking at 8 degrees in Happy Valley Goose Bay, 7 degrees over in Gander. Here's a look at that system tracking across much of Atlantic Canada today. It's been cloudy, a foggy start to the day. We will be seeing fog burn off, but precipitation is expected to move in. Starting off into the northwestern region of New Brunswick, looking at showers, a risk of thunderstorms today, and then into Labrador, also going to see periods of rain move in. Newfoundland holding on to a lot of sunshine across much of the province today. And then into the afternoon, all 3 maritime provinces starting to see precipitation. It is around a 30% chance of it happening for much of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island, but becoming a bit steady into the southern region of Nova Scotia and across much of New Brunswick. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, we are going to see accumulation from this system. The heaviest being 20 to 30 millimeters in New Brunswick for Edmundston, 5 to 20 millimeters across Prince Edward Island, heaviest into eastern Nova Scotia, 20 to 30 millimeters for Truro. For Labrador, we're looking into Labrador City at 10 to 20 millimeters and only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for Port aux Basques. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, we are going to see daytime highs range from 16 degrees in Grand Manan up to 20 degrees in Miramichi. A cloudy start to your day, showers and a risk of thunderstorms for the northern region of the province. Wind gusts getting up to 40. Prince Edward Island, highs between 14 to 18 degrees today. Mainly cloudy skies start off your day. A low chance of isolated showers expected late this afternoon. Wind gusts getting up to 50. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, mainly cloudy skies. For eastern Nova Scotia, we are looking at some isolated showers into the afternoon. But for Cape Breton Island, seeing showers this evening. For the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 13 degrees in Halifax up to 21 degrees in Digby. Cloudy skies start off your day. Showers move in this afternoon. For mainland Nova Scotia, for the Tri-County area, we are going to see steadier shower activity with the risk of thunderstorms. For Labrador City, looking at periods of rain today with a high of 11, 12 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly sunny skies. So into our forecast on Tuesday, we start to see this system break down and move out of the maritime region, holding on to some shower activity into the afternoon, though, but it is around a 30% chance of it happening. But lots of sunshine will return. Temperatures actually warming up above seasonal for much of our daytime highs. Newfoundland and Labrador, though, holding on to shower activity from this system. Into Wednesday, another sunny, beautiful day is ahead for the maritime region. Newfoundland, Labrador still going to see some wet weather. And then into Wednesday evening, a low chance of showers returns for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to head over to Kent with Crystal.
Let's do the reveal, Patrick. This is my favorite part of my job in general, I think. This is fun these days. Here we go. Oh, what is this, Patrick?
So this is the Uni Coda 12. It's a 12-inch pizza oven. This heats up to about 900 degrees in 15 to 20 minutes. It will cook a pizza in about 90 seconds.
Holy moly. So you can just hook it up to your, it's like a...
Hook it up to your 20-pound tank.
Okay.
Setup is really easy. The legs fold down. That's your pizza peel for safely putting your pizza into the oven and taking it out.
So this Uni, which is not on right now so I can touch it, it comes with the beautiful unit, which is portable, a carrying case.
Carrying case
and then
a peel.
All right, that's very appealing, Patrick. Okay, so you just, I know. That was for you, Amanda. All right, this is fantastic. What's the value of this prize?
This is $750, including the cover, the peel, and the oven.
That's actually a great deal. Our neighbors have an Uni, and I'm quite jealous. I think I'll have to go to Kent and get one for ourselves because it is fantastic. You stick the pizza in there, it's hot. And then you get very quickly, like 90 seconds?
90 seconds.
90 seconds, you can get like a restaurant quality pizza. Just like it's way different than you can get in their home oven.
Absolutely.
Restaurant quality for sure. Okay, if you want to win this prize, you can impress. The only risk is if you do win it, everyone you know is going to be over at your house demanding pizza constantly. Including us, exactly. Patrick and I love a good pizza. So if you want to win, all you have to do is go to our website. We've got all the details about the Kent Big Bucket giveaway on our website, or even better, pop into the Kent nearest you and somebody like Patrick will help you find your next great cooking appliance. And if you'd like to be whipping up gourmet pizzas on your back deck, then this month's Ken Big Bucket giveaway is for you. You could win that sweet Uni pizza oven cover and pizza peel, perfect for entertaining or just hanging out this summer. To enter, go to ctvatlantic.ca. The winner will be announced Friday, June 26th. Good luck to you. Now we turn our attention over to Amanda with health and medical news.
Thank you, Crystal. A new study shows teenagers and young adults are using chatbots for emotional support. It's one of the topics in Your Health. The study, published in JAMA Pediatrics, finds nearly 1 in 5 young people surveyed have used artificial intelligence to get advice or help when they're struggling. Researchers found 40% of those teens using AI for emotional support are doing so at least once a month and consider the advice helpful. One doctor says AI chatbots can be used by teens who may be embarrassed to turn to an actual person. But experts say chatbots should not be used as a substitute for person-to-person mental health care. There is no evidence the chatbots lead to positive outcomes in the long term or that they actually reduce symptoms of anxiety or depression. Quebec has become the first jurisdiction in Canada to regulate the sale of energy drinks. The bill prohibits the sale of energy drinks to anyone under the age of 16 and to anyone looking to buy them for children under that age. The vote was a resounding 103 to 1. An energy drink is defined as having a caffeine concentration of at least 150 milligrams per liter and containing other ingredients like taurine, vitamins, or minerals. The new rules take effect in 6 months. Finally, south of the border, a new study finds nearly 1 in 3 middle-aged Americans struggle to understand basic health information, including how to properly take prescription medications. The research, published in the Journal of Internal Medicine, tested more than 900 patients with an average age of 52. Researchers found many participants had difficulty recalling information from a doctor's visit and correctly interpreting prescription labels. Experts say confusing instructions and inconsistent labeling can lead to medication mistakes. That can include taking the wrong dose, mixing drugs improperly, or increasing the risk of side effects. The study authors say the findings highlight a need for clearer communication from healthcare providers.
We have no milestones to pass along for you today, but if you'd like to see previously aired milestones or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning that QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
And now it's time to head over to Garden Guide. This week's Garden Guide is all about planting those veggies. So here are Maria and Emily Trigano from Halifax Seed.
The Garden Guide is brought to you by Halifax Seed, growing for 160 years.
Welcome back to CTV News at 5. Emily Trigano from Halifax Seed joins us once again. We are in the beautiful outdoors, and it's time to plant some veggies today.
I certainly hope so.
Yeah.
I want to say that our temperatures are okay for plants and varieties like tomatoes and peppers and even basil, some of those nightshade plants, you know, eggplant. I think we're in the clear. That being said, we live in the Maritimes. Always check
the
in.
temperatures. Yeah.
Check with Kayla and see what he's saying. So this is my planting weekend. I think we're through the frost. At that point, anything can go in the ground. So when it comes to deciding what you're going to plant and where, you always want to check on a few factors.
Okay.
So what sort of sunlight do you have? Are you going to have full sun? Is it going to be really hot? If that's the case, then tomatoes, peppers, watermelon, they're really going to thrive in that area. Is it a little bit more shady and cool? Well, you may want to look at some greens instead.
Okay.
The other piece you really want to take note of is how much space do you have? Are you growing up? Can you grow out? So I love to have zucchini in the garden, love to be able to pick it fresh for cooking, baking, all of the things, but it takes up a pretty significant size and space in my garden.
So keep that in mind.
So always want to keep in mind, how big is this plant going to get? So right now, these are some zucchini plants. They look nice and cute and little and small. I'm going to need at least 5 to 6 feet for this to run out.
Wow. Okay.
So you just want to do a little bit of research on the varieties. This weekend, I'm planting bush beans, which are great. They're a little bit more compact. If you don't have as much space, you can run pole beans right up on a pole. So that's absolutely going to save you some space. I'm going to plant carrots, watermelon, my squashes, and then I cannot have a garden without my tomatoes.
Oh, yeah. And tomatoes are not all the same.
They're not.
Yeah.
So there's great tomatoes. So this variety right here, this is a yellow canary cherry. That is a dwarf small plant, really great to put in a container.
Okay.
The variety right in front of it is sun sugar. It is so delicious. If you have the space to grow an indeterminate tomato, so an indeterminate tomato means it's going to grow really high.
You're going to need a stake or a trellis or something like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
It's going to need support. Planting a tomato, I have a trick.
Okay.
And I think this is a trick that everyone should know. So tomatoes are really cool in that any part of the stem that is going to be under the soil line is going to shoot off roots.
Oh, so put them deep.
Plant them as deep as you can. So this tomato here, it's not super leggy and it doesn't have a super long stem, but I'm still going to plant it as deep as it can go. This is Fantastico. Fantastico is a beautiful, like, grape-shaped tomato.
Oh, wow, you're really putting them down there.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The deeper you go, the more tomatoes you get?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm also going to put some Mikey. This is also known as mycorrhiza. It's a really cool product that helps the root systems absorb more nutrients for stronger, healthier plants.
And more delicious plants too, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Emily.
You're welcome.
We'll see you next week.
See you then.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, 19 degrees today, cloudy skies start off the day with showers moving in later this morning, a risk of thunderstorms. 23 degrees on Tuesday with a mix of sun and cloud, and sunshine remains in the forecast midweek with a high of 24. For Nova Scotia, 15 degrees today, cloudy skies start off the day, showers move in later this morning, a risk of thunderstorms. 22 degrees on Tuesday. Now sunshine will return for much of the province, for Cape Breton Island holding on to shower activity. Sunshine across the province on Wednesday with a high of 22. For Prince Edward Island, 22 degrees today, mainly cloudy skies with isolated showers expected late this afternoon. A cloudy day ahead on Tuesday, and Wednesday sunshine returns with a high yet again of 22. Time now 7:56.
It's Monday, June 15th, today on your Morning Atlantic language tour. New Brunswick MLAs to go around the province asking for feedback on its Official Languages Act. Details just ahead in your news headlines.
And summer in the Elm City. We'll get the 411 and all the events happening in Fredericton this summer, including the Garrison Night Market. That's just ahead in this half hour of your Morning Atlantic.
the Garrison Night Market, celebrating 9 seasons.
Wow.
In the Elm City every Thursday night. It looks so fantastic.
It looks cool.
I'm going to be in New Brunswick for the end of the week. I'm going to be in Oromocto to celebrate the graduation of my niece, Georgia. And I was texting her and I said, have you been to this night market? Because it just sounds incredible.
Yeah. Well,
Are you gonna go?
I want to. It's her graduation day, though, on Thursday, so it's up to her. Well, I want to on
I
there.
think I've never been to the night market, but I've been to Fredericton in the fair weather. Fredericton is underrated as a very romantic city.
Oh, yeah.
Very romantic. You get like a beautiful place to stay, great food, great restaurants. Go for a nice walk along the beautiful trail they have.
Along the St. John River, yeah.
Along the river, and then that kind of trail extends a bit further outside of town. And then you do it on, extend your weekend to the Thursday night market. Like, what a time. What
Sounds
a time.
like a great event.
Now I'm going to convince myself I'm going to,
Right?
I'm going to find my booking app and get that Fredericton night stay here. All we need now is some good weather.
Yes, and it's on its way. But today, it's going to be a bit cloudy. We are going to see a colder day ahead for much of the region as those daytime highs remain below seasonal. But as you can see in Digby, a bit of sunshine in behind those clouds. Currently, only 8 degrees as you head outdoors, so keep that in mind. It's going to be quite chilly. Make sure to grab those layers and rain gear as we do have precipitation moving in for much of Canada today. 15 degrees in Fredericton, 13 starting off your day in Charlottetown, 9 in Halifax. We're looking at 7 degrees in Labrador City and 9 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at that system. Starting off into the northern region of New Brunswick. We'll spread across all 3 maritime provinces into late this afternoon and evening. Newfoundland going to see sunshine today, whereas Labrador will see periods of rain move in later this morning. In terms of the wind, it's going to be a bit of a breezy one. As of right now, seeing sustained wind, 28 kilometers per hour in Charlottetown, 24 into North Cape, 22 in Halifax, with 20 in Edmundston. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your rainfall totals just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Recent rulings on bilingualism in New Brunswick is meeting head-on with a year-long review of the province's Official Languages Act. Starting tomorrow, for the first time, a committee of MLAs reviewing it will take a trip across the province asking for feedback. CTV's Nick Moore has the details.
Bonjour et bienvenue.
The New Brunswick Government Standing Committee on Official Languages is taking its review of the Official Languages Act on a provincial tour.
This journey, I'll call it a journey.
The committee has already held 4 public meetings at the legislature, which has included a discussion on extending obligations under the Official Languages Act to privately operated nursing homes regulated by the provincial government.
Alors c'est certain que je m'attends pas que demain matin.
Nicole Arsenault-Slater is president of the Acadian Society of New Brunswick and says in French that she does not expect a nursing home in St. John to be full of French-speaking staff tomorrow, but says 1 or 2 would be a start. The New Brunswick Association of Nursing Homes says official bilingualism cannot come at the expense of increasing hours of care in nursing homes.
You need to take a needle and thread the tapestry. You know, you can't hit it with a hammer.
A separate ruling from the Commissioner of Official Languages last month found that private third-party operators of provincial functions must provide bilingual service based on a complaint made at an ANBL agency store. While French language training is not a focus of the Act, it was touched on several times during the meeting so far.
Classroom French through French immersion will not make you a bilingual, but if you have these experiences that allow you to use French in your daily life, that allow you to interact with the Francophone community, that is what, that is the piece, I think, that will allow it.
The Commissioner of Official Languages also made a presentation recommending provincial legislation that public servants have the right to work and be supervised in the official language of their choice.
And it's certainly been in place federally for many years now under the Official Languages Act, and there really is no reason why it shouldn't be here.
Last week, the Supreme Court of Canada issued a decision that lieutenant governors in New Brunswick must be bilingual when appointed. Premier Susan Holt says it is a decision she supports and was asked by reporters about the level of bilingualism that a premier or cabinet minister in New Brunswick should have.
I mean, that's something that we're working on. You can see the hard work of my team every day to build up those important communication skills with New Brunswickers, because it's really important to us.
Public consultations on New Brunswick's Official Languages Act begins tomorrow morning in Grand Falls and will hit 9 locations in all before wrapping up later this month in Woodstock. Nick Moore, CTV News, Fredericton.
After 16 years together, William Purcell and Angela Michelle Snyder didn't need a grand gesture to get married. They needed the right moment and the right place, which turned out to be a tiki boat. And despite the rainy weather, the couple headed out on the water for a wedding surrounded by loved ones in a very special place. CTV's Valentine King-Beza has their story.
And by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the Marriage Act of the Province of Nova Scotia, I hereby pronounce you, Kevin William Purcell and Angela Michelle Snyder, to be husband and wife. And you, sir, can kiss your bride.
We started taking the tiki boat every summer from the time that Stefan launched. And so when we decided to get married, this seemed like a natural choice for us. It's so amazing to share with our friends and family. We made a big move 4 years ago from Ontario to come back home here where I'm from. Something we never thought we would ever do, and we took a leap.
I love the ocean, so I was like, let's go. And here we are, and it brought us to this wedding venue that we never would have known about had we not moved here.
This is probably the first tiki wedding this side of Toronto, if not in Canada.
The significance of where we got married here in Purcell's Cove is this is my childhood home, hence my last name. It's where my father grew up. It's where I was born.
You know, it was forecasting a really bad day. I talked to Ange this morning, but she's a trooper and said, no, we're not, we're coming on the boat. So this is a very exciting time for all of us, and I can't congratulate them enough and thank them enough for picking Tiki Tours Halifax to have their special day.
To Kevin and Ange! True love perseveres.
I would echo that. We've been through a lot of ups and downs, and to be here and you know,
it's been 16 years.
16 years, so a long time. And I would say to somebody, if you try to wait for the perfect time to ask someone to marry, you don't, because there's never a perfect time. If you're thinking about it, just do it.
Oh, it's so romantic.
It is. Congrats to the happy couple.
Yes, I love Mrs. Purcell's dress. Such a pretty choice.
Yes, it's gorgeous. So nice.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk FIFA.
FIFA.
The World Cup is now well underway. CTV, TSN, and Crave are your homes for coverage of every game during the 5-week tournament. That will impact our shows on certain days, though. So on those days, CTV News at 5 and CTV News at 6 newscasts will move to this station, CTV2. If you want to get the details on that and scheduling, simply use that QR code or go to ctvnewsatlantic.ca. All the details and dates are there for you to peruse.
Just have the clicker-clacker nice and close.
Get that clicker-clacker handy. Now, Pope Leo has cast his blessing upon the tallest church in the world in beautiful Barcelona. Let's go there free of charge now. The Pope recently celebrated Mass at the Sagrada Familia in Barcelona, which has been under construction for 140 years, and it isn't over yet. Fireworks show lit up the skies as the building was completed. And, oh, they're saying the building's completed. Okay, I got to get verification on that. Drones formed an image of Anton Gaudi. He designed the, there he is, there's Gaudi, he designed the church. And Park Güell, if you go to Barcelona too, it's super, super cool.
Whoa.
The Pope took questions, and a 6-year-old asked if he liked soccer. Leo said he used to play, but he wasn't great at it. We all have our calling.
Listen, you don't have to be great at a hobby to enjoy it.
That's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a big baseball fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to check and see if the Sagrada Familia is actually done. That is big news. So let me just verify that for you.
We'll get on to that.
Beautiful place, yeah.
We're going to take a quick break here. We're going to find out what's happening in Fredericton this summer. There's so much on the go. And the forecast is coming up. Usually we see a bit more blue skies in our Macadam Live Eye, but it's pretty cloudy there this morning. Latavia has the forecast right after this.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. The time now is 8:13. We're taking a live look at Windsor. As of right now, it is 14 degrees, a cloudy start to your day, and we are expecting some precipitation to move in a little later this morning. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. It is going to be a colder day ahead to kick off the work week. Just make sure to have some layers handy when heading out and your rain gear, as we are going to see precipitation track across much of the region. Cool to start, but temperatures are slowly rising. 15 degrees right now in Fredericton, 14 in Charlottetown, 10 degrees in Halifax with 8 in Sydney, and 12 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Over to our forecast timeline. We are seeing sunshine for Newfoundland today, but other than that, it's going to be a cloudy day ahead for much of Atlantic Canada, with wet weather moving in with this system. Starting off into the northwestern region of New Brunswick, we are going to see showers, a risk of thunderstorms, and for Labrador, periods of rain starts to move in this morning as well. Into the afternoon, a chance of isolated showers expected for mainland Nova Scotia. For the Tri-County area, looking at some steady showers as well. And then for all three maritime provinces into late this afternoon and evening, we start to see this system make its way across the entirety of the maritime region. Taking us into early Tuesday morning, for tonight, fog will start to develop yet again, and we are going to see a bit of precipitation looming for parts of the maritime region into Tuesday's forecast. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, heaviest being 20 to 30 millimeters for Edmonton, 5 to 20 across Prince Edward Island. And then for the maritime region into eastern Nova Scotia, we are going to see 20 to 30 millimeters for Truro. For Labrador City, the heaviest being 10 to 20 millimeters and only seeing around 2 to 5 millimeters for Port aux Basques. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 16 to 21. That's going to be into Miramichi, as you can see, for our warmest daytime high. We do have steady showers, a risk of thunderstorms for the northwestern region of the province, wind gusts getting up to 40. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 14 to 20, mainly cloudy skies with showers late this afternoon, around a 30% chance of it happening, wind gusts getting up to 50. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 11 to 19 degrees. We are going to see showers move in for Cape Breton Island into the evening. For eastern Nova Scotia, isolated showers late into the afternoon. For the rest of Nova Scotia, daytime highs will range from 13 to 21, being the warmest into Digby. Cloudy skies, a chance of showers and a drizzle for mainland Nova Scotia. Steady showers for the Tri-County area. For Labrador City, 11 degrees with periods of rain. 13 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at mainly sunny skies. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
World leaders this morning are welcoming the announced deal to end the Iran war.
This is a hugely significant moment. We have long called for de-escalation.
So it is much welcomed, and we hope that it will last.
Which says, in part, as negotiations continue, we have the graphic here in just a moment. As negotiations continue, we urge all parties to maintain good faith, dialogue, and refrain from escalation. Canada remains in close contact with partners and is ready to support efforts to bring stability and lasting peace to the region, including in Lebanon. In Tehran this morning, there is a cautious optimism about the agreement. People are hoping fighting won't flare up before the memorandum of understanding is signed on Friday in Switzerland. Exact terms of the deal are still not known. Iran has said it expects all fighting, including in Lebanon, to end tonight. The deal also opens a 60-day window for all talks. U.S. President Donald Trump says the Strait of Hormuz is expected to reopen by Friday. He has also ordered the end of the U.S. blockade on Iranian ports. And there were celebrations in southern Lebanon on news of the deal. But this morning, Israel's defense minister said its military will keep troops in the country without any time limit. Authorities are telling people who have been forced out of the homes not to rush back. Israel is not a part of the deal between U.S. and Iran. The Carolina Hurricanes won their first Stanley Cup championship in 20 years last night.
1:10 to go. The net is empty. Ehlers scores! Nikolai Ehlers! And the party is on!
as former Halifax Moosehead Nick Ehlers scoring the empty net goal that sealed the deal. Carolina defeated the Las Vegas Golden Knights 3-0 to win the Cup in Las Vegas. This is the second Stanley Cup for the Hurricanes in team history. The first came in 2006 when current coach Rod Brindamore was the team's captain. Break here in your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we are live from the Halifax Commons pool, which opens today. Brianne brings us that. Plus, we check out events in Fredericton. That's coming up next.
Welcome back to your Morning Atlantic. We are here at the beautiful Common Pool in downtown Halifax. And while it doesn't look like the weather is that nice for swimming, the water is actually beautiful. So joining us today is Graham Benjamin from the city. Graham, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for joining us on the opening of the pool day.
All right, opening pool day. It's officially open. We've seen some swimmers. We currently have a swimmer taking up the lanes right now, which is super exciting. What else can people expect when they come to the Common?
Yeah, we really want this to be a place where everyone can gather. So we have tons of adaptive equipment available here as well. So we have life jackets, we have a pool lift, we have an aquatic wheelchair. We also have accessible change rooms as well with family cubicles. So we really want this to be a place where people can join regardless of ages and abilities.
I love it. There's so much to do as well. There's the climbing walls. Yeah. There's lots of fun things for kids. What can kids expect coming here this summer?
Yeah, like you mentioned, we have those 3 climbing walls, which is a great time. We have a lot of other different, we have like little floaties, little noodles as well. So there's tons of fun things that you can do. And we know kids are really creative, so they can kind of make their own fun as well. So it's lots of fun to be had this summer here.
Definitely. And there's lots of pools opening in our region. So in Fredericton, we're going to see some opening June 20th. In Charlottetown, we're seeing June 26th. So there are lots of pools opening, but there's also splash pads in the region.
Yeah, we have about 10 splash pads across the municipality. So if you live outside of the downtown area, you can't make it all the way to the pool. We have splash pads where you can go and you can beat the heat there as well. It's between 4:30 and 8:30 is when it's open throughout June, but then those hours do expand. So they're open 9 to 8 on the weekends, and then it'll be 9 to 8 throughout the months of July and August as well. So yeah, those are opening today too, so you can check out the splash pads as well.
Awesome. So everything's opening today, so I think it's our turn to go in.
I think it is.
Yeah, okay.
I'm waiting all winter for this.
All right, well, we're going to do it because, live TV.
Yeah.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Oh, no.
Oh my gosh, best entrance, 10s across the board for Graham's entrance into the pool. Amazing. All right, it's 8:24, and another sign that summer is almost here. The Garrison Night Market in downtown Fredericton is back. Now in its 9th season, the weekly market is a staple of summer entertainment in the Elm City, featuring a wide variety of food, culture, and crafts. It's at the historic Garrison District every Thursday night from now until September. And joining us now is our partner, Angela Pine, the Senior Marketing Lead for the Fredericton Capital Region Tourism. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure to shine a spotlight on the Elm City, one of my favorites. So for anyone who hasn't been yet, explain the Garrison Night Market experience.
The Garrison Night Market is the largest night market east of the Rockies. It is an experience all in itself. It's hosted in our historic downtown Garrison District. There are 130 unique vendors every week, 300 total vendors all summer long. There is live entertainment, there is food, artisans, crafts, handmade crafts, locally made food, vendors from the community college and the art and craft college sharing their goods and their products with not only our local resident, but visitors. It creates this excitement in our downtown. And we kicked off last week with our first night market. And if a visitor or anyone could have felt the experience and the excitement inside of our office, it was electrifying. Our office and our team is so excited for the visitor, but not just the visitor, the vendors. And giving them a space and an opportunity to share their creations with the world is something that brings so much joy to our city, to our region, to them. They've become not just our vendors, but our friends.
Yeah, it's huge. Just seeing those images, I haven't yet experienced the market for myself, but seeing those images, my heart is racing. It looks fantastic. And explain it to me so that it's the spreads out all over the grounds, but it looks like it's inside the actual Garrison building as well.
So part of that is the New Brunswick Craft College, and students within that are able to take over one of their spaces to showcase the products that they've made. There's some opportunities that are available within the Craft College that allows a vendor to have that space. The other vendors are on Carlton Street. We close Carlton Street at 2 o'clock. The vendors are able to set up. So that means all in behind the downtown public library, there are vendors, there's food. It stretches inside of Officer Square and takes over the entire Officer Square. So that shot that's on the screen, that's Carlton Street. That is after the street has been shut down, and pedestrians can walk freely. It's almost as if you're in an entirely new world when you get to roam those streets freely and shop easily from vendor to vendor and pick up a snack along the way. And then you're at the next booth and you're looking at local flowers that have been picked, or clothing that has been made, or pottery, or ground coffee. All of this is available at the night market. And there's so many offerings for someone. And I think the uniqueness that is there is that there's something for everybody.
For sure. I know that you can get now craft brew on site as well, which is very exciting. We're pretty much out of time, but Angela, is there any last thing you need to tell people about? Because I am sold. It looks honestly fantastic.
There's entertainment every night. On the Thursday night, the market opens at 4:30. Get there early. It is busy. It is the perfect way to enjoy a summer night, extend your stay, come and enjoy the local food. You will not leave hungry, and you will leave with a full heart and full bags.
Yeah, and a bunch of memories too. Angela Pine, thank you so much for sharing this with us. The Thursday night market in Fredericton are not to be missed. We put more information on our website how you can have this unique experience. 8:28, we'll take a short break and be back with our show right after this.
Still had fun in the sun this summer. Our partner and lifestyle contributor Charlotte Singman's here in studio to share some of her favorite items to make this season one to remember. That's coming up on the Monday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 8:31. I love the summer season because you get to see all the kids go outside and play. Yes. We get to soak up the sunshine, or even just a nice cool breeze at night. You just go on your patio or porch and just like, oh, delightful.
Oh, right? That does sound so nice. I mean, we'll get those days eventually. But
We've had some of those days. We've been fortunate.
We have had some nice ones. We really have. We really have, yeah.
To have some
We've been lucky.
Consistency, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's
every day and every night. Yes, please.
I know, but that's not, of course, not possible.
No, you know, what can you do? You need the showers too.
Totally, and even in like kind of days like this where it's a little misty, it's quite romantic and special.
I love that about the Maritimes.
Yeah.
The fog when it rolls in and then dissipates and then comes back. It's really cool. And you can see here over in Barrington exactly what we just described. Cloudy, foggy early this morning. We are also seeing some wet weather track across much of Atlantic Canada, so don't forget your layers and your rain gear when heading out this morning. 10 degrees in Halifax to start your day, 14 right now in Charlottetown, 15 degrees over in Moncton, 7 degrees in Labrador City, and 11 degrees in Corner Brook. Here's a look at that system currently moving into the northwestern region of New Brunswick first. Will be making its way over across all three maritime provinces today, while Newfoundland will be soaking up sunshine. Labrador City and Labrador is looking at periods of rain today. In terms of our wind forecast, we are going to see a bit of a breezy one today. 28 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, 24 in Charlottetown and in Halifax. We're looking at 28 kilometers per hour in St. John, New Brunswick for wind gusts and into Grand Etang. We'll take one last look at your forecast just ahead, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. A man has died following a single vehicle crash in Alliston, Prince Edward Island. Just before 7:30 Sunday morning, officers were called to a rollover near a residence on Route 4. A 33-year-old man from Kings County was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say the driver was the only person in the vehicle at the time of the crash, which is under investigation. The price of diesel decreased in New Brunswick over the weekend. It dropped by 5.1 cents. The maximum price now $2.12.2 a liter. The price of gas did not change in New Brunswick. In Nova Scotia, a man and 2 teens have been charged after an alleged robbery with a weapon. The Truro Police Service says officers were called after midnight Friday to a robbery downtown. A 20-year-old has been charged with robbery and possession of a weapon. 2 13-year-olds have also been charged with the same offenses. The 3 are expected in court at a later date. Nearly 40 young teams came together to celebrate what's known as the Creators Game over the weekend. This was the 3rd Wolves Cup tournament hosted by the Mi'kmaq Native Friendship Center and the Wolves Lacrosse Association. Also known as the Medicine Game, the U11 to U17 tournament also highlights Indigenous history and culture. Games were held at 3 dry floor rinks in Lower Sackville, Bedford, and East Hants. When it started 2 years ago, only 2 age divisions were played. The event has grown each year, making it one of the premier tournaments in the region for lacrosse. Well, St. John's may not be the first place you think of when it comes to country music, but as CTV's Garrett Berry reports, line dancing instructors can't keep up with the rising demand.
High energy, knee-high boots, and high attendance for Colleen Hand's country line dancing lessons in St. John's. Since she started this 4 years ago, demand for her classes skyrocketed, doubling since just last year.
Like, they come for one day and they're hooked, and they come back again, and then they come back again, and all of a sudden they're here for 3 years and they just love it.
So she's traveling all over the province teaching these shuffles. It seems like country fever in Newfoundland and Labrador is everywhere.
I've also gone around to the high schools and the elementary schools and taught kids. So, I mean, it's all ages. It's from 8 to 80 and all walks of life.
And it's not just on the dance floors, but also here near Churchill Square, where the biggest concert series of the year is set for this summer, featuring the Chicks.
This all didn't just come from nowhere, says former Great Big Sea singer and East Coast Music Association head Bob Hallett.
Source material for American country music and the source material for Newfoundland traditional music are the same.
There's a reason country music headlines so many local concerts in this small city. It's about selling enough tickets and recouping your costs.
So you can't have just men or just women. It can't be 18 to 25 or, 35 to 60. You have to hit the broadest territory. And the kind of country music that the promoters are talking about bringing here ticks a lot of boxes.
And of course, you can't forget a pair of flashy boots.
For business, it's been absolutely fantastic. And when you have these big festivals, people, as I mentioned, they want to have a good time.
So First Western Boutique in downtown St. John's is also seeing a country music boost, with boots flying off the shelves onto the dance floor. Every line dancer seems ready to step up their game. Garrett Berry, CTV News, St. John's.
Thank you, Garrett.
Fun. Like fun.
The dancing, the boots, hello.
Yes. Yeah, not easy to do either.
I know.
But very fun.
Yeah, it looks like a hoot and a half.
Yeah.
Gosh. Let's get to St. John's, give it a try. I'd love to get an excuse to buy one of those fun pairs of cowboy boots, too. Okay, I find a great way to check out the weather is check in with Bruce and Suji. So this looks like it's Helene in there again. Wow, she's really growing.
She's getting big.
Wow.
She's getting big, but she's kind of hunkering in. She's like, this is cold.
Yeah, she's like, I'll take a nap while they go out and get
exactly.
Yeah, before I have to go out on my own. Yeah. Before I graduate and have to fly.
So adorable. All right, now we're going to take a look at our community calendar. Yeah. Find out about some events taking place in our region. You can come out and enjoy a retro film in St. John at 7 p.m. The Imperial Theater, I know, Amanda's reaction is my
Classic.
reaction too. We'll be showing the viewing of the 1999 film The Mummy. For tickets, head over to their website. And Canada celebrates the FIFA World Cup with the official fan experience in Charlottetown. You can head over to the Confederation Landing parking lot at noon to watch the action on the big screen. The event is entirely free, and there will be family-friendly entertainment, live music, football activations, local food, and more. Sounds like a great time. And there is lots to do at the Museum of Natural History in Halifax. On Thursday, you can head over to check out their daily programming. You can uncover fossil mysteries, meet Nova Scotia wildlife, and you can take a stroll with Gus. For a full schedule breakdown, head over to their website. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us the details. We'd love to promote it. Your Morning Atlantic at ctv.ca.
It's exciting, too, that FIFA event. That was the same one that was at the Garrison.
Yes, it's making its way around.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
Like, go Charlottetown. It's a good time.
Go Charlottetown.
Go Charlottetown. Definitely.
Okay, we're going to go to break. We'll return. Latavia's one last look at the forecast and then stuff to make your summer more fun. Put the screen away. Get outside. Our partner and lifestyle contributor will join us right after the break. Charlotte Singman's here.
Good morning and welcome back. The time now is 8:42. Taking a live look at a cloudy start to the day in Grand Manan. You can still see some fog. 12 degrees starting off your day, so it is cooler across the region. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. Make sure to have those layers, rain gear handy, as we are going to see precipitation track across much of Atlantic Canada today. 15 degrees as you head outdoors in Fredericton. 14 starting off your day in Charlottetown, a bit cooler at 8 degrees in Sydney. 10 degrees in Halifax, 7 in Labrador City, 12 degrees now into St. John's, Newfoundland. Sunshine for much of Newfoundland today, but for the rest of the region, cloudy and foggy to start your day. We are starting to see precipitation move in for the northwestern region of New Brunswick. We are going to see steady showers, a risk of thunderstorms, and then for Labrador, periods of rain is starting to move in as well. Into the afternoon, we do have a chance of showers moving in for parts of mainland Nova Scotia, around a 30% chance of it happening. Some steadier shower activity is expected for the southern region of the province. And late this afternoon into the evening, that's when we start to see the system move in for Prince Edward Island and into Cape Breton Island. This wet weather will be sticking around into the overnight hours. A risk of thunderstorms still remains, and we are going to see fog patches develop near midnight yet again. If you're wondering about rainfall totals, we are going to see accumulation with this system. We're looking at 20 to 30 millimeters at its heaviest for Edmundston. Other areas for parts of New Brunswick getting 10 to 20 millimeters. We are going to see 5 to 20 millimeters for Prince Edward Island, and the heaviest for eastern Nova Scotia will be into Truro at 20 to 30 millimeters. For Labrador City, also going to see 10 to 20 millimeters of precipitation today, and only 2 to 5 millimeters for Port aux Basques as precipitation makes its way over parts of Newfoundland. For forecast today for New Brunswick, daytime highs will range from 16 degrees in Grand Manan up to 21 degrees for Miramichi. Some steadier showers expected for the northwestern region of the province with a risk of thunderstorms. For the rest of New Brunswick, looking at shower activity as well, and wind gusts will be picking up to 40 kilometers per hour. For Prince Edward Island, daytime highs between 14 degrees in Surrey up to 20 degrees in Summerside. Mainly cloudy skies. Late into the afternoon, we will be seeing some isolated showers move in and wind out of the south, 30 gusting to 50. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, we are going to see daytime highs range from 11 degrees in Canso up to 19 for Schittacamp, New Glasgow, and Amherst. Mainly cloudy skies today. Showers won't arrive into Cape Breton Island until this evening. For eastern Nova Scotia, though, we are expecting some isolated showers late this afternoon. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same thing. A cloudy start to the day, a bit of fog. It will burn off, but we will be seeing some shower activity steady into the Tri-County area with the risk of thunderstorms. For mainland Nova Scotia, around a 30% chance of showers and or drizzle throughout the day today. Wind gusts of 40, and daytime highs will range from 13 degrees in Halifax up to 21 degrees in Digby. For Labrador City, 11 degrees today with periods of rain throughout your day. 13 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, mainly sunny skies throughout yours. So into our forecast for Tuesday, we are going to see the return of sunshine, still holding on to a bit of shower activity, though, for parts of the Maritime region. Still a low chance of it happening. Now, Labrador, Newfoundland, going to see wet weather throughout your day, and then temperatures also expected to warm up above seasonal for our daytime highs. So starting to see that warm-up trend occur. That will continue into the forecast for Wednesday. Pretty clear skies, lots of sunshine, and Newfoundland and Labrador still seeing some precipitation throughout your day. Into our forecast for Wednesday evening, temperatures still remain relatively warm. We will be seeing fog develop yet again, and a chance of showers returns to parts of all 3 maritime provinces. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Crystal.
Thank you, Latavia. It's 8:46, and we are chatting summer fun this morning. Whether you have camping trips coming up or you're preparing to host summer backyard celebrations, HomeSense and Marshalls have you covered. Joining us to share the details is our partner and lifestyle contributor and friend of the show, Charlotte Singman. Welcome back,
Good morning.
Charlotte. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Wow, you've outdone yourself this time, bringing in a lot of wonderful things. Gosh, do you want to start over here?
Sure. Well, I have been shopping. First, I want to show you what Marshalls has at select stores across the country. So right here in Halifax at Dartmouth Crossing, and then also in Moncton Northwest. They have really great items for outdoor fun. So
cool.
Camping, road trips. I know that you're kind of a camping girly. So I
do love the outdoors.
I think you're going to like what I've brought you. So like I said, at those select stores, you can find sleeping bags, tents. So let me show you how lightweight this is.
You're sitting in.
That's me.
You're in a little tent.
So look at this beautiful sleeping bag. Isn't that lovely?
It's gorgeous.
All of these great items, great quality. The price points are amazing. Everything you need for those summer road trips, camping. I love a waterproof blanket. So you can see that in the corner of the clip here with that kind of Navajo print. So if the ground is a little bit damp, like how it's raining today.
Absolutely.
It's very misty here in Halifax. So something like that will be perfect to have on the ground so that you don't have to worry about sitting down in something wet. Also great on the floor of your tent for a little bit of a glamping kind of vibe.
Oh, no. Cozy and beautiful.
We've got a camping chair, which I think would be perfect. It's something that you could use for picnics and like soccer games, but great to have on your road trips, your campsite. And again, this is something that's really packable and easy to bring.
I have these in my trunk. I need another one, so I'm going to have to head over to Marshalls again.
Absolutely. Well,
it's way smaller than the old ones that used to be in the bag.
Exactly.
Like way lighter and smaller. Okay.
Very, very versatile. We've got a nice mini camping table, the camping dishware, and then I've got to show you this lamp. Isn't that great? On this table, I can imagine a nice bottle of wine here, couple wine glasses.
Super cool.
Isn't that lovely?
Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And also like great Father's Day gifts too, if you get there.
That's a great idea.
Okay, well it folds up easily, which is great too. Folds up very easily.
There we go.
Pop it
We
out.
got
See?
it.
Super easy.
We
Love
got
that.
it.
You know, it just shows how easy it is to use. Okay, fantastic.
Okay, and also I've got to show you this lantern too. So this I also got at Marshalls. It's an LED lantern. It has a great charge, so this is great for safety, super practical. So if you're showing up at your campsite and it's a little bit darker, you can set up with that. It's also weather resistant, so you can put it out in the rain, and it's waterproof.
Awesome. Okay, let's go over this fun stuff.
Okay, so right over here, we're heading to HomeSense. Now, HomeSense has incredible prices on everything you need for a summer celebration. So
fun.
My son is graduating from grade 8. We're working on a graduation party right now, so I've actually picked up a bunch of these items. So let me show you what I have. First of all, I love kind of setting the tone for the party with really whimsical items for a tablescape. So got these great melamine pitchers and glasses.
Beautiful.
So you don't have to worry about those breaking, and that means as the host you get to relax too, right?
Absolutely.
I love a bright pop of color with this backyard cooler. Keep all your drinks fresh and cold. And again, these nice bright patterns. We've got this beautiful plate down here with the little sardines on it. It just makes everybody feel like it's time for fun.
Yeah, it sets the tone. The tone.
And speaking of fun, HomeSense has everything you need for backyard fun as far as games go. So we've got classics like lawn bowling, lawn darts, and this, okay, so this is my son and his friends. I picked up some LED frisbees. I got 2 LED frisbees, yes, for $9.99.
Oh, come on.
And then we also got these LED cornhole sets, so you don't have to stop having fun when the sun sets. Your backyard party can go right on into the night. And so I actually got the LED cornhole, the frisbees, and some items for my tabletop, all for under $100. So great value at HomeSense. And this is such a nice way to kind of bring in summer. You know? It's
hire a DJ and it's sell tickets to the event in your backyard. I love it.
I'm coming to a backyard party at your house.
Exactly. Also, this fun take on lawn darts. It's so much safer than the ones we had when we were kids. Oh,
yes,
such fun.
And then the giant block tower too. So a very sort of, let's see, can I get this without it falling all over the
I
table.
hope so.
We
Okay,
got it,
amazing.
we got it.
Okay, fantastic. We got about 30 seconds left. Charlotte, what anything else you want to say before we go?
Well, I just want to say that we can really have tons of summer fun, whether we're in the backyard with our celebrations with all of these items from HomeSense, great prices on that, or we're heading out on the road for our camping and our road trip with Marshalls at those select stores across Canada.
Yep.
We can really have a great time this summer, and that's what it's all about. The pool floaty.
Yeah,
we love
this is for, we're going to give this to our friend Graham down at the Halifax Commons pool because he needs to practice with it.
There we go, there we go.
Wonderful entry into the water. It was a fantastic. All right, Charlotte, always a joy to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And yeah, it's 8:51, time for a little break, but we'll be here to wrap up the show right after this. But head to Marshalls, head to HomeSense, and your summer's going to be better than ever.
Get all the goodies.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, welcome back. We got a few minutes left on the show, and it's a perfect opportunity for us to share the answers to the Moo Morning Chat, where we were asking what's the store you love to walk into because you just love the smell of. I am with the first viewer on this.
Okay.
one. All right, let's bring up the answer. Wanda from Lawrencetown, Green Hawk has the best smell. The leather brings me back to my riding years. So if you don't know what Green Hawk is, it's a store for equestrian equipment.
Yep.
So if you do horseback riding, it's great. They have one in Lower Sackville. I remember it was such a big deal when that opened in, oh my gosh, I was in high school, like early 2000s. Not too early 2000s, but but it's true, the leather smell.
Love the Green Hawk. Oh, my daughter did riding for years. Joyous years. That Green Hawk. Great choice.
So much fun.
Candace from Cape Breton, I'm with Peter. Kent and places like that remind me of childhood. My stepdad, who was a logger, that wood smell just smells like comfort. Ed's Books in Sydney is a close second with its old books. Reminds me of all the boxes of books we'd get from auction.
Oh, Candace.
Lots to read.
I just love those reflections.
Taking you back.
True. Mo from Bathurst, Bass Pro Shops has the smell of adventure.
Yes.
It's actually a really cool store.
Yeah.
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 Lots in there.
A lot in there. You know, a lot looks missing though, but I think it's just the camo.
Yeah.
What a silly goose. So yeah, thank you so much for sending us a moment, taking a moment to send us a text and just let us know which store you love to smell.
What about you?
Yeah.
You said you're with Candace, I believe.
I'm with Candace, and then truly any coffee shop.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah,
too.
coffee shops are good. There's a store in Halifax Shopping Center, L'Occitane. It's like Parisian scents. It smells really good.
That's a
yeah,
good one too.
yeah.
Add it to the list.
May have purchased perfume recently just because it smelled so good and I had to buy it. Anyway, moving on. My husband didn't hear that. It's 8:56. Here's a very cute little video. It says, this is what happens when you marry a yapper. You get a baby yapper. Is that not the cutest little sound you've ever heard?
That's adorable.
And mixed with the duck. Duck's the cute little, I don't know if that's a towel or something, but it's so cute.
Walking barefoot.
The little yapping. Oh my goodness.
It's funny when the kids repeat.
Oh, yeah.
My husband has a very distinct way of like calling the dog's name if he's acting up, where it's do it. And we realize our son's copying it now.
Aww.
Oh my gosh, little kids. They're not kids for long.
No.
Well, we hope you have a wonderful 15th of June, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 6 a.m.